Abusia, following the Supreme Court decision, say the Speaker of Parliament pronouncement or making of Parliament say 4 members of Parliament, their seats should be declared vacant, According said they are the minority side, and I said the NDC anti on once say Speaker at the Assembly to go a Senate Supreme Court, and so ultimately contrary decision eba. That is a counter order. And and they say Parliament was supposed to sit. The course of Parliament in there, just say members of the two sides, MPP, NDC, Eco PMO, a while. And the government say, since our NDC speaker, a pronounce on say they are the majority side, irrespective of their Supreme Court account, what's the sense as speaker Katuma Sum Kuto say 1 hour majority in the day. The Supreme Court is really Supreme Court is really and yet they are what sorry fee the majority side in Parliament. I don't know not tension be brave and I will chrome ahead of the sitting today. Na Yamin Chade Sabram can say there Basa Bia NC unlike January 7, 2021 echo so or brand was swearing in no there Bibia sa anko so nemu na go ba ni say NDC for echo occupy the position of the majority because speaker has declared the majority eba na sa no MPP for yes and no you can say so kotena that same place emfa asempa emba fast forward ebusia proud to that no Enra Monday the majority leader of Parliament Honorable Alexander Afenyomakins MP for Efutu granting interview bi echire mu se o ekobane say Tuesday wako Parliament na won science bi eche say ebetimi de oyene aba the MPP stands for peace and until they will do everything possible to ensure that there is peace and order in the chamber and until he assured the people say
so the bailiff of the Supreme Court has just informed me that the process of the court, that is the ruling of the court, has been successfully served on Parliament through the Director of Legal, Mr. Nananateria Och. So we thank God that Parliament at long last has subjected itself to court processes and has taken service. So we look forward to Parliament respecting the orders and the directions of the Supreme Court. So that is a good news this afternoon, that the bailiff has just served Parliament.
And leader, what does it mean for tomorrow especially?
Oh well, it's not for me. But what is important is that Parliament has received service and there is no other question again, no controversy. The court ruled that its orders be served on Parliament, and upon being served, Parliament should file its defense within 7 days. Parliament so far has demonstrated that it's law-abiding from its conduct this afternoon compared to last week when the same Director of Legal was not ready to receive service. Now he has willingly received service. They didn't have to throw it at him. They didn't even have to put it on his table. He has received it, signed for it, and that is the beauty of democracy. So I think something positive is working somewhere. Let's see how it goes. Like I said, MPP will use brain work, no brow. We're not going to organize people to flood the precincts of Parliament to make noise with placards. We don't need it. We respect the law. Let the law work so that there can be peace in Ghana. That is all we want.
Grateful.
And it was said majority leader Ekasai and Honorable Afenyomakins Kasai no, or they'll say Eyo Emma would make Gadai LED in the members no would me a walking out of Parliament one could clash with the opposition said they are not the people so say about Sofano. Now as some quick question is that NDC every occupy the majority side the one was so when you are MP before walking out no and I was saw one logo line I question our parade na wɔto patriotic song na yɛto nnwom na yɛ makye ne ade agya sɛ ayɛ sɛ deɛ nkunimdi aba.
There's a lot happening, a lot happening on the floor of Parliament today. A day that has been said to be the country at the precipice of chaos. Ghana's democratic credentials being challenged. But so far it has been handled pretty well. The NPP MPs have come in and they've said that that's why their disagreement, they're not going to stay on the floor. They've left to their offices. But the NDC MPs remaining. You see a candle there. You see MP for Medina, Francis Xavier Sosu. You see a number of them really remembering their JHS and SHS days where they have marched past. They are not relenting. There's a lot of singing and chanting on the floor of the House as they wait for the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagwin, to come in to gavel the House in session. It's so far not been confrontational. There's not been a single confrontation except the one that happened around 8 a.m. when they were walking in, when two MPs had a little confrontation at a security screening door. But it has largely been peaceful. It's been fun, if I'm allowed to put it that way, with MPs on both sides claiming the majority side in Parliament.
Now share proud to the city now. Notice about Togo say the Speaker of Parliament has requested for military presence in the House. Now it's also Speaker of Parliament Nakazakura Sensei say so one sheni avant to 1 year there could be some clash in the House between the two opposing groups. And you know, he requested for military presence in the House. And when she crowns the New Patriotic Party, say some supporters of the party echo around the Accra National Conference Center and one assembly temporarily Parliament SCT because there's a renovation ongoing in the Parliament chamber currently. And you know, Parliament now conduct its business at the Accra National Conference Center.
That today they will come and occupy our seats by their own proclamation. MPP, our tradition is a law. Our forebears always use the courts to correct the wrong. Since 1992, our leaders have always used civil advocacy and the courts to ensure that we get the peace that we have today. On top of my head, I can recall the era where we used thumbprint ID cards and we used opaque ballot boxes. All these are things of the past today because of MPP. Today we have a very transparent electoral system because of the advocacy of our forebears. It's out there in leadership. The country is hereby informed that we will not give that lawless platform that NDC is seeking. We will not give them that platform. We will not give them that theater they so aggressively seek. They disrupt democracy and to destroy our nation. We know there are innocent people out there, innocent Ghanaians going about their business, innocent Ghanaians in the academia, innocent Ghanaians who are struggling to get 3 square meals on the table for their families. We care about them. We understand that there is politics, but we must do it in a civil manner. We believe that the appropriate thing is to quietly yield to them and wait upon Mr. Speaker. After all, the ruling was directed at Parliament and the Speaker, not an individual MP. Yesterday, the bailiff of the Supreme Court served Parliament of Ghana through the legal directorate. The director of the legal department received the ruling of the court So, in other words, Mr. Speaker is on constructive notice, or maybe I should say actual notice of the ruling of the court. We have to leave it there and respect Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker has been part of our democracy since 1992. He's a senior lawyer. He's practiced in our court. And I believe that even if Mr. Speaker disagrees with the Supreme Court, he knows what to do. Suffice to state, at the risk of being repetitive, that we were not disrespectful of the chair. When the Speaker made this pronouncement and the majority caucus disagreed with Mr. Speaker, we didn't cause commotion here. We left quietly and told Mr. Speaker that the right place to express those grievances will be at the court. So we expect our brothers and our sisters on the NDC minority side to do the needful. But all would be for Mr. Speaker to make a final determination. The nation is looking up to Mr. Speaker. All his years in politics, this is a crucial moment for him to add weight to what we have done to preserve the peace. MPP is for peace. MPP is for peace. MPP is for peace of Ghana. We will not allow anybody to disturb the peace of the country. It is a notorious fact that we remain the majority caucus of this parliament. You, the media, must add your voice to the.
Now, before addressing party shirts, I could now I said they were going to give support to their members of parliament. Now, Sansen said when you know, we say so I got some few days to elections. Then pa na yebenya wom sabri aka akere yekoto abey. Why don't we come together and do things as expected? Because we know say MPs I am paying for, they know what is right. I don't see Supreme Court any decision about. I can Mr. go court academy I can see this, but I can say they are obvious or crashing powers into no. They are all exhibiting their authority. As Aram can say, and I'm so mad. The Speaker of Parliament has adjourned Parliament sitting indefinitely. The word is Parliament has been adjourned indefinitely. Just say you twice that kura you name that Parliament but say back to the house or over convening and I say over engaging in government business because in some na course no e sem from afam kakra na pay anytimi ehia na wo hwe kwan ba fa so den sem batutu yie etimi aboa ama yie ato yie. And until the updater Abani say, Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Albert Kingsford Sumanu Bagbin, has adjourned Parliament proceedings indefinitely until further notice. And until no, Sabram can say the two sides no one clash. Ubia de Nenia Chirefia, Sabram can say the Asumdre a prevail. Now when a majority chief whip. Honorable Frank Anodompre, I am member of Parliament for in Sawadweji constituency. A granting interview, you know, Chile say the MPP is going to seek further explanation of the ruling at Supreme Court at the Bayano. And don't know, I said that Obia and Tino say yes, they want to use the law, rule of law. Yes, in all things we must apply the law. And don't see him say yes, sir, and that's from Jebeba. And don't know, yet now we should let the law work. January 7, 2021, happened in the chamber.
It's up to the Speaker. Orderliness in the chamber and the presence of Parliament. You know, it's in the bosom of the Speaker.
Following the disagreement between the MPP and the NDC MPs in Parliament as to who is to occupy the majority side in Parliament, you know, the Speaker of Parliament has adjourned Parliament business indefinitely until further notice. And until we shall keep you updated on any update via our Parliament proceedings. You are suspending indefinitely and then our Umsika TV. So, make sure and then they care about channel so about subscribe to Umsika TV. Amaye. Now saying follow on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Ni na Umsika TV. Obusia Parliament samsam there. Sabram can say I assume be yanti boni bia. And until keep watching Umsika. na yɛde deɛ bɛsi biara bɛsan abrɛ mu ɛyɛ mo somfo Nana Apia medamu ase.